Guys, you're gonna want to hear this. Listen, these are some of the most ignorant and, I'm sorry, but I just have to say, dumb statements that I've ever heard. Kendrick Perkins is on a podcast with Michelle Beadle and Richard Jefferson. And what Kendrick Perkins says about today's players dealing with social media and what he compares it to, I mean, you're going to look at Richard Jefferson's face, and that's pretty much going to tell you everything you need to know. For Kendrick Perkins to say something so ignorant, and listen, I mean, I'm a white guy, and I know this is an ignorant statement. It's just stupid. I read up on the history of Bill Russell and the players back then, and I know what they dealt with, and I know what the situation was. So what Kendrick Perkins says here is just, I don't know, maybe the guy was smoking something before. I have no idea. Listen to these comments, and I'll be right back with you. Hold on a second. Listen to this.
Purple, start with you.
Here's my thing. I would never take what the guys, Bill Russells, and what they had to go through for us to be able to perform at a high level, alley, or even be in the NBA, right? For the NBA to even exist. I wasn't there. But I will say everyone's had their own form of adversity. Back then, it was racism and death threats, right? But having to battle through the adversity of fucking social media as a player elevates right up into there when you talk about mental toughness. But Richard, hear me out. I get it. Like, people lives were on the line, but like, mental health is a real thing. And like, we see so many guys logging off of social media, right? John Wall like talked about like how he wanted to commit suicide. Like, it's a real thing. So everybody's affected in a different way. I'm not trying to put the two together. All I'm saying is, this day and age, a lot of these guys are dealing with their own form of adversity, right? And people could say, oh, they just soft or stay off of social media. How fucking hard it is to stay off of social media.
Not that hard.
I want to know, you go glance at social media at least one time a day. RJ?
I'm not disputing that.
All right, so you heard the comments from Kendrick Perkins. You saw Richard Jefferson react to his comments, and you saw how what Richardson's face went to. And Kendrick Perkins saw that, and he automatically tried to explain what he's trying to say, which, after what you just said, there's nothing else you can say to come back from what you just said, because you compared today's social media and what the NBA players deal with on social media. You compared that to it being almost an equal to what Bill Russell, for example, dealt with racism, death threats, going to restaurants, being refused service, thrown out of restaurants. I mean, this just blows my mind. It blows my mind. I think today's NBA, and especially today's players, are trying to blow this social media thing completely out of proportion. Meaning, you have a social media, you can read something about yourself or you can completely ignore it. But if you read something about yourself, you can automatically respond and check somebody if they need to be checked, if they have a large enough platform, of course. When Bill Russell was called out by media and had attacks on him by the media, by the fans, in papers, and all that. How is he supposed to? He couldn't even respond. The guy couldn't even respond. His life was threatened. And you're comparing social media posts to that crap? That's what the comparison is here? I mean, we're not only lowering the standards of basketball, but we're literally lowering the standards of everything to appease these players right now, to elevate them in some way. Like, how low can we go? You know, this is kind of getting ridiculous. I'm not really surprised Kendrick Perkins got let go by ESPN, even though I don't like ESPN. I quote it sometimes because of the stupid shit that they say. But if you're saying stuff that much out there, I mean, you don't have an objective view of the current situation or even the past situation. Like, this cannot stand, man. This man has to be called out for this, you know, by someone prominent, because this is ridiculous. Because by elevating the social media and what the players have to deal with, the social media issues today, you're literally lowering what the players had to deal with, like Bill Russell with the racism and death threats and mistreatment and all that other stuff. You're lowering that to today's social media stuff. That just is not right. That should not be happening, especially from someone like Kendrick Perkins. And you know why I'm saying that. I disagree with him wholeheartedly. It is completely not right to say something like that. And in my opinion, the guy should just go on his account or whatever and literally apologize, because that was just, it shouldn't have happened. It shouldn't have been said. It shouldn't have been said, man. Bill Russell literally rolling over in his grave after those comments. It's ridiculous. Bill Russell, what Kareem Abdul-Jabbar had to deal with in the beginning. All these guys, man, back then. I mean, Bill Russell was raised in a segregated neighborhood and all that other stuff. He was raised like that during segregation and all that. You're comparing these guys when they're treated like idols and kings and the chosen ones, and fans are just swarming them on any occasion they can. That's the comparison. The most ridiculous thing I've heard this year, no question. And there've been some crazy stuff I've heard this year. And you'll all know about what we've heard already. So this is just wrong. Something had to be said, and somebody prominent, maybe a few guys, have to call this shit out, because this is not right. It's not right. Let me know what you guys think about this, because when I saw this, my jaw dropped. I was like, what the hell did you say? It's not right. All right. I'll see you in the next video, guys. Let me know what you think about this in the comments. Like, share, and subscribe. Talk to you later.